Hello, everybody, and welcome to Sunday Stamping with Susan and Julie. We're together this week. Yay! They arrived very, very late last night, so we thought we better film. So here we are. We're just so excited to be together. It's going to be a real short visit.
It is.
But we're together, and we get to stamp together.
Yay!
So, yeah, it doesn't happen very often, so.
Certainly not often enough.
No, it sure doesn't. So anyway, we're real excited. The kids are having cousin time and just catching up with each other because school's going to be starting soon.
Next Friday for our kids. Well, this coming Friday.
Yeah.
They're not ready. We're not ready. I'm not ready. Summer it was too short. There was so much that we wanted to do, and I feel like we didn't get a chance to, but we'll make the most of our weekends and Labor Day, and it'll be fine.
That's right. Well, on the way home, they're stopping off in St. Joseph for some beach time.
Yes, we love Lake Michigan, and hopefully it'll be a nice warm day, but not too hot for some swimming, and
the water should be not too bad at the end of August. It's always so cold in the early summer, but
the kids don't care. They will swim in it.
No, that's true.
Anyway.
That's true. So anyway, we're so glad to be together and to be stamping together. So we're gonna kind of get going.
Yeah, let's go over to the desk and we'll show everybody what we're gonna use today.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay, so the bundle that we're going to use today is the Perched in a Tree bundle. This is in the July through December 2022 Stampin' Up! Mini catalog on page 46. And this caught my eye the first time I looked at the catalog because of that gorgeous tree die. So the bundle has coordinating dies that have the big tree cut out, some detailed leaves, and then some foliage and a branch, and then the die that cuts out the bird. So this is a rubber cling mount stamp set. And oh my gosh, I cannot believe that they added these dies as a Sale-a-Bration gift.
Yes.
So this is one of the new choices we got just a couple weeks ago for Sale-a-Bration. In August, they added these extra choices, and one of them, the only one from this catalog, is the Aspen tree dies. So you can get the dies for free with a $100 order. So you can buy the stamp set and then some other things and get those dies for free. Like, that's incredible.
It is.
I was shocked. Shocked. I paid for mine, so I'm kind of mad. Like, I could have got it for free. So those are the Aspen tree dies. So let me show you a couple samples that I received. First of all, this is one that I cased from the catalog. We always talk about that every week. I just love casing the catalog. So I pretty much copied exactly how they had it here. The only thing I did change was I used smoky slate or gray granite instead of they used craft there. But I used the distressed gold and the pool party, the background designer papers, the splendid day paper, and then I did a little sponging, a little Wink Stella on the tree. I just love that. So here's a couple other samples I got. This one is from Leanne Greff. Not using the bird. So I have to say, the one thing about this bundle, the bird, like I don't like to color. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, I don't know what I'm going to do with that bird. So you don't have to use the bird.
No.
And this one doesn't use any of the stamp image. I guess the words, but you could use any words.
Yes.
So you can use these dies very easily without having the stamp set as well. And then this one is from Carol Nordquist. Really gorgeous. I love the little copper leaf and the copper embossed sentiment.
Very nice.
Are you ready to show us what you made?
I am.
All right.
Okay, well, let me start by sharing a couple samples since Julie just shared some. This we did in a team meeting, and I didn't want necessarily a Christmassy card. I just wanted a card, and I didn't put a sentiment on it. I thought it kind of spoke to itself. So it could be used as a note card or whatever, or so.
Really beautiful.
Yeah. And this background was made using this stamp. And what I did was I stamped off the balmy blue like 3 times, and then I stamped it on there. So I just wanted a little bit of light, lightness, sky, if you will. The next one I did, then I wanted to do kind of a Christmassy one. So I know that this is not the shape of a cardinal, but cardinals and Christmas kind of go hand in hand. So I did the
license.
same thing. Yeah, exactly. Creative license. So I did the same thing with the background, except then there's a stamp that has the speckles. So I did that full strength just to kind of, and then I threw some of the sequins on there.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
It feels very wintry.
Yeah,
Very
well, that was the
slow.
look I was going to. And because of the bird, again, let heaven and nature sing. And I just used smoky slate on the branch because I really didn't want the branch to be too noticeable. I wanted the focus to be the bird. Okay. All right. So for my card, I also decided to go off use something from the More to Celebrate sheet. So this is the Timber Embossing Folder. So I use that, and I'm going to move this out of the way. And then I also used a couple other things from the annual catalog. One of the things that I did decide to use was this distressed gold paper. That's in with all the Beyond Basic, the specialty papers. I just love
I
that.
always forget about these specialty papers, and
Oh,
that one in
yeah.
particular is really beautiful.
It really is. And then the other thing that I used was the fabulous frames. I just love this oval. So I'm going to show you what I did with that as well.
It's still on my list. I need to get it.
Yeah, you do.
You keep showing amazing things with it, and I keep seeing amazing things with it.
So I did some die cutting ahead of time. So I'm going to move these little leaves off and show you kind of what I did. But this is that frame. And I actually die cut it twice. I die cut it in the distressed gold and then pulled out the distressed gold oval. And then I did it again in very vanilla. So this is what we're going to use. And what I did was I took the inside and I didn't want to waste it. So I die cut out the leaves. So, yep. So
that's one die that cuts both of the ovals because that comes
yes,
out of the middle.
it comes out of the middle. Exactly. Okay. So card base is very vanilla, and I apologize. I didn't put the measurements on here. And this is the piece that I used the Timber Embossing Folder on. And I wanted to add just a little bit of something on there. So I brought out my soft suede and one of my blending brushes. Oh, I got a fuzzy on there. And I just want to add a little something kind of around the edges and in the center. So I'm starting off my paper and just kind of very lightly going over it.
I love that.
So you got to have a light touch.
That really brings out the texture in that
Yeah,
embossing folder.
it really does. So just a barely touch. You could, because like you could always add more color, but you can't take it away.
You know, I've never been a big fan of like sponging around the edges, but I like this. This is different. I feel like it's a
Yeah.
little more subtle and more of a, what's the word I'm looking for? Like,
I don't know.
when you have a photo and it has sort of the blended frame, what is that called?
You thinking sepia?
No, like, oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. I'm sure someone will know it and they'll leave a comment and they'll be like, oh, it's
Such and such. Yeah. There we go. All right. So I think that's good enough.
that is lovely.
Just to give it a little bit more. Okay. So then I thought, well, since I did that as a background for this, I'm going to do something with some of the leaves as well. And while I have this out, let me just stamp my sentiment here. Your kindness warms my heart. I think if this is kind of a fall card. So,
I like that the sentiments in this one are not all like overly Christmas.
yeah, I agree. I agree. Okay, so we're done with that. And I'm going to bring these guys out. And I'm bringing out some Old Olive, which is what these leaves are, and Cajun Craze, which is what, I need that,
Oh,
I think. Okay, no, maybe not.
I'll just set it aside.
Okay.
I didn't want you to accidentally put your dauber in the wrong color.
Yeah, right. Okay, so I'm going to start and using some daubers. I'm going to just add a little color. And again, I'm going to kind of want to be a little bit light because I don't necessarily want this to be gloppy. And there's also a trick. You can also just use the edge too if you want just a finer touch. I think Shannon West pointed that out to us.
You always think of every little detail. Like, I love these little touches that really just make the card extra special.
Oh, thanks. So I'm going to add a little Cajun Craze. You know how leaves turn? So you want to add a little color.
Oh, that's lovely.
And again, you don't want to glop it like I did on my first couple of leaves that I was working. All right, I think that might be enough for that guy. Let's work on this guy. Let's start this guy with some Cajun, just for something different.
Fall is just my favorite. I love, especially fall leaves. Like,
Yeah.
just love going for a walk and seeing all the trees
I don't
turning colors.
Yeah, I don't like cleaning up the leaves in
Yeah.
the backyard.
Yeah, not that part. I like looking at them.
And we have our trees in our backyard. They all fall at different times.
Oh,
So it's like we get one tree empty, and then another tree. Oh, see what I did? I glopped. Didn't want to glop. I better stop.
I'm sorry, I was distracted.
That's okay. I can fix it. Everything is fixable, right? And so for this guy, I'm going to add just some Cajun Craze on the Cajun Craze.
Cajun Craze is my favorite color for the fall because it looks like that beautiful red hair.
Oh, yeah. Between Jim and Anna and Thomas. There we go. Let's add a little green maybe, huh? We'll see what that, oops. Oh, no. That's all right. I think this stopper is going to be shot anyway. It is so fun having you guys in town. Oh,
Aw.
all right. I think I better stop because I'm starting to mess this
It's
up.
getting muddled.
Yep. All right. So now we can kind of put our card together. So I am going to, I know, I'm keep moving things. I apologize.
It's so hard sometimes with that. The paper just slides around on the table.
It does. It does. It does. All right. So let's put this guy on.
I love vanilla for the fall.
I do too. All right. Just to make that guy pop. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to arrange my leaves. So kind of like in here. I need to move up here. So I'm in the, do I want that to come over here? Maybe. And then I'm going to tuck these gold leaves in. Kind of like cascading, falling.
Those gold leaves are the bomb.
Yeah, I like it. Anyway, I'm going to start gluing it on, and then we'll kind of fix it later. And then I will put this on with liquid glue, and then I'll pop that up. So let's start. Let's grab my liquid glue and start working on it. Again, you don't need much. So we're going to have this guy first. And if you just push it down, kind of rub it, help it bond to the cardstock, especially when you've got a textured thing going on.
One of the tips that I learned during vacation stamping school, I think it was Meg who used a clear block and just sort of like put it over the top.
She did do that, didn't she?
To hold them down while they're gluing and kind of add that extra pressure. Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. It's all right.
I hadn't really thought about that before.
Yeah. And I'll do that in a minute. I'll get these guys on first. Yeah, that was a good tip. I hadn't thought of that at all.
That was so much fun. I really enjoyed vacation.
Oh my
stamping
gosh.
school.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
I got to rewatch some of those videos.
Oh, I do
there were
too.
Somewhere I feel like I just
Yep. I agree.
didn't catch it all, you know?
I
So many-
absolutely agree.
So many awesome tips.
Yeah. What do you think? This way? Or maybe there. That works.
I was gonna say turn it the other way.
Turn it the other way?
Yeah, with the point up and the stem down.
I can do that. Yeah, I like that better. Good call, Jay. All right, so here's Meg for you. That really does help too. And it doesn't take long. So, all right. So now I'm going to put this guy down. And you really want to be judicious here. You just don't want a lot. You don't want it squirting out. This really is my favorite adhesive.
Mm-hmm.
You can do a lot with it, really, you know? Okay. I'm going to stop there and put this like right here. And I know what you're thinking. You're covering up those leaves. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
But you're covering it up with something beautiful, so
Yeah, that's true.
it's okay.
Yeah. All right, so I better replenish my stock of dimensionals in my bin, my little basket over there. Which, by the way, my customers really like. That they don't have to go reaching all over the table for things. They each have their own little set of supplies. Oops. Which one? Okay, I got it. All right. And then we're just going to pop this one right in here.
Oh my goodness.
And then, of course, it's not complete.
Oh, what a good choice.
Yep, this is the Brushed Metallic Adhesive Back Dots. It just speaks fall to me.
Yeah.
And manly men, you know. All right, so I'm going to use the Brushed Gold. I mean, you could probably use any of them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's take a peek here. Do I want the Brushed Gold or do I, oh, I kind of like that. Which one
I
do you
mean,
like?
honestly, any of them.
Yeah.
Since you already have gold leaves and the gold frame, I
I'm
think
gonna
I'd
do
pick
that.
one of the other colors. Either one. I feel like they both kind of coordinate with the green and the
I
Cajun.
do. I used these on my sample, but let's put some copper, and then we can do it this or that with this.
There you go.
So, all right. Let's grab the copper ones. Kind of picks up the Cajun Craze.
Yeah.
All right, so let's put you over here. And then let's grab another little, let's do a big guy. And let's put it up here. Okay, now that I've made a huge mess of this mat, we'll give you a clean one.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
So there is my card. This was my prototype, and what I did is I had die cut an extra leaf and I put it inside. But so here it is with copper in the brush. Oh, I put them in the same place just about.
That's funny.
That is. Anyway, this with the copper, that with the, whatever this is, whatever that darker brushed dot is. All right, Julie, are you ready?
Yeah, I think I was just looking to try to decide which one I like better.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's really a toss-up. Like, I thought I would like the copper one, but I sort of like how that goes with the green. Well, leave a comment. Let us know what you
let us know what
think.
you'd like.
The other difference between the cards, I like that this one has a little border around that.
Oh, yeah.
But
yeah.
that's my
Yes.
my clean edges kind
Yeah,
of like
yeah.
I like having that border. Just such a beautiful card, Mom.
Yeah.
I just love that so much.
Well, thanks. Again, I didn't want to use the bird. I had used the bird on the other two, and I thought I need to do something not birdish. I mean, I love birds, and I don't mind watercoloring. So, anyway, there it is, Jay.
All right.
You ready?
I am.
Okay.
We'll switch the desk over to me.
We will.
Okay, well, I was inspired to use some extra celebration things as well. One of the things that they added for August was the Brushed Metallic Cardstock. And this comes in 12 by 12, and you get 2 each of the 3 colors. So there's gold and copper and was it bronze? Literally just looked this up. three different 3 different of the metallic, and it's a brushed metallic, so you kind of have the nice lines in there. So 12 by 12. So I'm using this on my project as well as some of the silver and golds.
Copper, gold, and bronze.
Yes, thank you for looking that up. Copper, gold, and bronze. So I'm also using a little bit of the silver and gold designer paper. This is still available, part of the original Sale-a-Bration offering, and you've got silver and gold dots and stripes. So I feel like we use that in another Sunday stamping video. It's just so versatile. You can stamp on it, you can blend the background, you know, you can do different things. So I've got a little piece that is 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 for this. And then from the brushed cardstock, I die cut the trees, but I didn't want to use the full oval. So I decided that I was going to customize and cut out the trees with my scissors.
Nice.
I guess I should have done this part ahead of time, but it's not really that hard. So you're just going to kind of go around and just snip, snip, snip out of the frame. And originally my intention, I snipped out the other ones, and then I was going to use the frame with just part of the trees, but I didn't really like the way that was turning out. So then I just decided to snip.
It's nice because you can pick and choose your trees too doing that.
Exactly. Well, I love that it takes up the whole card and it kind of frames it out. But if you don't want the trees to take up the whole card, then
Yeah.
So then I just needed to do like a little bit of, you know, just kind of rounding a little bit and, you know, just trimming, making sure all those little pieces came out. Like I do want these to be like distinctive trees and not make it look like it was cut from an oval. So I'm just gonna kind of, you know, just add some trimming to round those out a little bit. What do you think about that?
I like it.
Okay, so then this is going to go on the front of our card. Let me clean up my little pieces. So the white piece is for the inside. And actually, let me show you what I did. I won't spend the time doing it, but I added those other 2 trees.
Oh, nice. And
I cut them apart and I added them on the inside of the card. So that's going to be for the inside. And then for the outside, I'm going to have that, the stripes, and you can have it go either way. You have to decide. The 4 1/4 will fit on the card just perfectly.
You're using the gold.
Yep, this is the gold to go with the gold brushed metallic paper. So this is going to go right in the middle. I'm going to do it this way, and then you guys we'll do it this or that, because the other one I did the other way, my sample. Okay, and then for I'm just making sure, making sure I had the right size. 4 1/4. We forgot our Post-it notes today, but we'll put all the measurements in the video description for you in case you want to remake these cards. So I'm using some liquid glue, and I'm just going to add, just trying to barely even squeeze some out, just adding a little bit along the trees to put this onto the card. And that's going to be on the left side over here. And I love, even though it's not a big frame, it still kind of, I feel like, frames out the card and kind of completes it a little bit. Okay, now we're going to do some stamping. And I wanted to use the bird, but you know I don't love to color. And so I decided to do something a little bit different. So I'm stamping the bird in, what color am I using? Sahara Sand. And I'm gonna do it over here like so. And then there's also this fun, oh, I don't have the sticker on there. There's also this fun stamp that has it's sort of splotchy, and I think you could really make a beautiful like multicolored background with that. But I want to use that to color in the bird, and so I'm going to stamp off and then stamp. And
oh, look at that.
I know, right? Like it adds a little bit of color and kind of colors them in without all of the work. I'm not saying it's perfect, but I really felt like it kind of filled it out a little bit. And when I first made this card, I didn't add that, and the bird just seemed kind of empty. So I think a little color is good. Then I'm stamping the sentiment in Early Espresso, Let Heaven and Nature Sing.
Aw.
And I think with the sort of more solid color back there, it also helps to make the sentiment pop a little bit more. So this is a very monochromatic, very neutral color card. Also kind of a little bit masculine, I guess you'd say.
Yeah.
I have a little piece of...
Non-traditional if it's Christmas.
Yes. Well, so the sentiment, Let Heaven and Nature Sing, is Christmas. But I couldn't help it with the bird. I felt like that was such a perfect sentiment to use. So I've got a little piece of early espresso cardstock. This is 1 inch by 3.5. And then a little bit of this is kind of pretty ribbon. And again, I was looking for something that was kind of like a little bit more subtle, like not so in your face. And so even though this is gray granite, this shimmer ribbon, I still feel like it kind of goes okay.
It works.
With the Sahara sand. So I'm going to put this down on the card, and my little trick with the ribbon is using tear and tape to hold that down in place. So I'm going to use a little tear and tape and add that over the top, and then this is going to go on with Stampin' Dimensionals, and so it'll cover up the tear and tape. You won't need to worry about it. So let's grab a couple dimensionals. That's perfect, 3. And then I was debating on whether or not to use any additional embellishments on this card. But I kind of feel like with the foil paper in the background and then the foil die cut, I kind of feel like there's a lot of shiny already happening. So I don't know. I did think about maybe using those same brushed metallic dots that you used, but I don't know. Would you add, or do you think it's...
I don't know if I would, especially if you're thinking more masculine.
Yeah.
I like it the way it is.
Okay.
And I bling everything.
Yeah, I know. So here's the this or that. On this one, the stripes are vertical, and on this one, the stripes are horizontal. Which one do you prefer?
Oh, man.
I know.
I think I like the horizontal.
I did this one first, and I thought that I would like the horizontal because it was the same like way as the lines on the aspen trees. But now that I did this one, I also kind of like the vertical because the trees, like it sort of mirrors the trees. I don't know. Leave a comment and let us know which one you prefer, the horizontal lines in the background or the vertical lines in the background. Well, that's it for my card. Let's turn the camera around and show off our cards together. Oh my goodness. I love how versatile this bundle is. Like I use the bird, the trees, and you use the leaves. And there's just so many different ways to use it. And don't forget, you can get the aspen tree dies for free during celebration. So make sure that you shop with us before August 31st.
And actually, we both use other things too besides the aspen dies. There's the Timber Embossing Folder and the Brushed Metallic Paper. I mean, there's several things that we use that you can get for free.
Yeah.
In just these last couple weeks of celebration. So
don't miss out on your favorites. I'm working on another order. I'm not gonna lie. I'm working on another order.
I am too.
Maybe I'll get those frame dies. Like I need a refill on my brushed metallic cardstock, and there was another gift I was looking at that I feel like I just need. I mean, it's free. Like it's so hard to resist. Free. So this is the perfect time of year to stock up on cardstock and adhesive and all your essentials, reinkers for your ink pads.
Especially if the holidays coming up, and if you make and send holiday cards, this is the time to stock up on stuff. So anyway. Absolutely. Well, hopefully we'll get some more stamping in, and maybe we'll be able to film one more video before we go home. So either way, whether we're filming in person or on Zoom, we will see you next week. Next Stamping with Susan and Julie. Bye, everybody. Have a good week.